It used to take 20 years for a Hollywood set to give up its ghosts. Today, podcast empires can go to war over a weekend. Whether the friction happens behind the closed doors of prestige television or in the direct messages of a creator network, the toxic reality of sudden fame eventually reaches the public. Before we untangle two of the biggest entertainment firestorms happening right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right now, two massive cultural battles are playing out side by side. On one side, a retrospective printed memoir breaking a decade of silence. On the other, a real-time TikTok feud playing out for millions. By looking closely at how these two specific battles are fought, we can see exactly how the medium shapes the message and what the actual currency of fame looks like today. Let's start with the traditional route. Lena Dunham just released her new memoir, Famesick, and in it, she levels some heavy allegations against her former Girls co-star Adam Driver. She describes specific, frightening incidents while working on the HBO set, alleging that Driver threw a chair at a wall near her, punched a trailer wall, and screamed directly in her face. Because this is a retrospective drop, the fallout hits the secondary players years later. Here is series co-star Allison Williams on the red carpet this week, suddenly dodging questions about a set she worked on a decade ago. Williams deployed a highly polished public relations maneuver when speaking to Variety. She kept her composure and simply claimed she was only up to the pilot episode in her reading, noting she needs to finish the book before she comments. But the lingering question is why Dunham, the actual creator and executive producer of the series, waited over a decade to say anything. When the show premiered, she was only 25 years old. In the book, she explained she didn't possess the management skills to tell an actor they couldn't speak to her that way. She assumed that eviscerating behavior was simply what great male geniuses do. A young creator, even with a hit show, lacked the institutional leverage to confront entrenched Hollywood power dynamics. In a traditional studio structure, individuals facing steep power imbalances endure workplace hostility quietly. They swallow it, delaying any public fallout until they have the retrospective safety and the cultural leverage of a published memoir. Now, contrast that decade-long silence with the modern creator economy, where podcast networks go to war in broad daylight. The match was lit in February 2025. That's when massive influencer Alix Earle exited Alex Cooper's Unwell podcast empire. The slow burn erupted just this week. Earle shared a critical clip online, and Cooper immediately fired back with a TikTok video demanding Earle address her directly. Unlike the guarded red carpets of Hollywood, the bystanders here actively fanned the flames. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy jumped right into the fray on his own show, teasing his audience with private direct messages about the feud. His co-host, Brianna Chickenfry LaPaglia, amplified the stakes, claiming those messages suggest Earle is preparing to destroy Cooper. This chart maps audience traffic flowing between the Unwell network, the Hot Mess podcast, and Barstool's BFFs. When Portnoy and LaPaglia cover Earle and Cooper, it drives traffic across all properties. Every reaction video and leaked DM causes a profitable engagement spike for everyone. New media eliminates the incentive for silence. Conflict that used to be a liability is now treated as an asset, immediately weaponized and sold for views. Look at the artifacts these two systems leave behind. On one side, you have the permanence of Dunham's bound pages. On the other, you have Earle's lightning-fast reply in Cooper's comments, reading simply, "Okay, on it." The timeline required for a public figure to process and respond to workplace friction has evaporated. What once took 10 years to formulate now takes 10 seconds to post. Industry drama has transitioned into a primary product. Tensions that once accidentally leaked from a set are now manufactured as the main attraction. Ultimately, the friction itself is the product. Whether reading a memoir or refreshing a feed, our attention acts as the final arbiter. The digital landscape has moved the verdict from the boardroom to the comment section, giving the audience the power to validate the truth and settle the score.